界傳播交流協會主辦，澳門大學學生會、內地學生會協辦商務英語演講大賽，係澳門本土開創嘅年度英語大賽，嚟到第8屆，比賽規模空前盛大，珠海賽區嘅知名高校精英匯聚，更首次有東南亞嘅高校參與。本屆大會嘅主題係 More Freedom Macau， 澳門加油！去年本澳受到天鴿肆虐，各行各業受到不同程度嘅打擊，暨各參賽隊伍為本澳出謀獻策，展現其獨特優勢，喺粵港澳大灣區建設中發揮重要嘅作用，從多角度演繹澳門嘅精彩，構築城市品牌。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to put Macau under the spotlight. We made this business program One Fest, One Love, which is an annual charity music festival. Our presentation today will contain these 5 aspects: background, overview, promotion, budget, and prospects. First, let's begin with the background. Macau is a unique treasure of China which has a large number of historical and cultural relics. As you can see on this diagram, Macau has already stably stayed at one of the top 5 most popular cities of China. But we want to do more to enhance its cosmopolitan image, to promote its cultural profoundness, and to build a solidary and humane community. So in order to achieve all of these goals above, we think that our music festival should enjoy these 2 characteristics: annual and charity. By annual, we mean it to be held every year through different themes, and by charity, we mean that our music festival is totally non-profit and accessibly free to everyone around the world. So now you may wonder, what is the inspiration about our music festival? Jade, could you please tell us?
Thank you. To begin with, Macau enjoy a favorable music environment. First, it comes the support of Macau government, who is generous and liberal. In order to promote its music industry, the Macau government has been granting a large amount of money and providing available venues. By liberal, we mean that the Macau government is open-minded, accepting any new ideas, even conflicting thoughts. Second, music in Macau itself enjoys a unique feature due to the fact that it is deeply influenced by both Eastern and Western music. That is called the music integration. 2 music styles melt into one. Besides, various music organizations, contests have been held, which make music not only for musicians, but for everyone. Therefore, the talented people are encouraged to be creative. They're granted, they're inspired, they're motivated. They form a talent pool for our program. This favorable music environment is one of our inspiration, but there's also a sad rhythm behind this program, which is the typhoon. On August 23rd last year, a severe typhoon hit Macau, causing 10 deaths, 153 injuries. The total loss soars to 11.14 billion Macau dollars. However, the greatest damage is not confined to the material or property, but to people's heart. We feel we are responsible for finding a way to comfort those who suffered. So we turn to a music festival. For music is the bond, the cure, the comfort. Music is exactly what we need at a moment like this. Besides, a music festival could also help raise charitable funds to support the reconstruction.
That's wonderful. In fact, we made a short video to promote our music festival, and now let's check it out together.
它会有那边左边的讲话的话，就可以开始看的。
video, you may want to know more about the further details about our music festival. And now let's turn our mic back to Jade again.
Thank you. Our music festival is expected to be held at the Cotai Arena, and this number shows why. It can accommodate more than 50,000 people. The lineup of our music festival will be all-star every. The invitations will be gradually sent to our listed talented agencies or individuals 6 months ahead of our schedule. There are 2 major ways for the customers to buy our tickets, online and offline. They can buy our tickets on our official website or on the spot. We set our tickets price at $180 for regular seats and $380 for front row seats. Now, the most interesting part of our music festival is the design of our tickets. Instead of traditional paper tickets, we use a wristband inserted with chips as our tickets. This wristband will not only allow you to enter our venue, but it also works as a bus ticket. You can take buses for free in Macau for an entire week of our music festival. Back to you, Vio.
Thank you, Jade. So after we talk about our inspiration, you may want to know what will we do to promote our music festival. Jasmine, I think you already have the answers.
Okay, to promote our music festival, we have 2 schemes, online promotion and offline promotion. We base our online promotion on 2 mainstream social media, Weibo and Facebook. On Weibo, we hire popular and influential bloggers to post the information about our music festival. The Weibo is popular in mainland. Macau residents and foreigners are more familiar with Facebook. Therefore, we also buy advertisement spots on Facebook homepage. The 2 social media will definitely help to promote our music festival. As for offline promotion, campus volunteers are recruited. Student unions and volunteer organizations would hand out our flyers. Besides getting enough volunteers for our music festival through its recruitment on campus, we also get a free promotion among students. Furthermore, we also ran advertisement boards in subway stations and on buses, so that our posters will be displayed in public. At last, but the most important thing is that we established an official website for our music festival. From this website, all the related information is available, such as detailed schedule, ticket booking, most importantly, money, such as charity funds, earnings, expenditures, and donations. All the information is accessible to everyone. Your turn, Leo.
Thank you, Jasmine. So, since we're talking about money, what about our budget? Alex, could you please share with us?
Sure. This is our budget. The total expenditure is estimated to be $764,000. The publicity expense is $379,000. Which we spent $153,000 on online promotion, $226,000 on offline promotion. The stage cost is $31,000, including stage design, lighting, and sound equipment. The overheads are $354,000. Luckily, our festival is sponsored by government, entrepreneurs, and institutions, which will cover most of our basic spending. In return, we will put their logos on our tickets, posters, and official website. And besides sponsorship, our income also comes from ticket sales. Additionally, we will set several donation boxes at the venue for those kind audiences who want to donate money to help out. And as calculated, our net income will be $4,688,000, which will go straight to foundations. And since we have different themes every year, we will be working with different charities and foundations. Take this year, for example, we will cooperate with these 2 foundations. The first one is Herda Philanthropic Foundation. Last year, this foundation donated over 40 million yuan to typhoon-affected areas in Fujian province. The second one is Lotus Charitable Foundation, whose mission is to finance affected areas during emergency situations and support the reconstructions afterwards. That's all I got.
Thanks for sharing, Alex. In fact, we did a careful research before I made this program. And turns out there is no charity music festival ever before in Macau. So ours will be the first one in history. And that's also the reason why we want to make our music festival a brand. Actually, we want it to be an independent, famous, and trustworthy brand. In the early stage of the brand development, we will collaborate with H&M to build our own co-brand, H&M and F&O. So a series of originally designed merchandise will be launched, such as t-shirts, tote bags, and phone cases. After we successfully launch the program on the market, the brand extension will be considered. We will build our own charitable funds, the FNL charitable funds. And in the future, we will keep working on our music festival and continue to spread love to every corner of China. So, we hope to people in the future, One Fest of One Love is not just a party for our ears, but a fest of our hearts. It's not just a name, but a brand name. It's a brand of Macau, it's a brand of China, and a brand of the world. That's all of our presentation, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for speech, the divas. Now let's hear the question from Group 4Z's and judges. The divas, you should finish each question in 90 seconds. Take your time. And let's welcome our guest. 中国新闻社图片网络中心主任李新洲先生，欢迎。
So I'm gonna make a question about your presentation rather than making comments. Actually, I had a question that you actually presented, and I was going to ask you which charity were you going to support. But in the end, as you presented, I understood you were going to offer it for Heron and Lotus Foundation. So that was already, I think, answered. My question then is, how did you determine the pricing of your tickets?
Thank you. First of all, we designed our tickets price based on a research that we carefully analyzed all the tickets that the music festival has ever held in Macau ever before, and we also did some research of the music festival that have been held in mainland China. And this is a general price. Also because we're a charity music festival, so our net income need to come to the foundations to support those in need. So actually, it includes to cover of our basic spending of the stage, of all the costs, and other than that, all net income will go to the charities, to foundations. So based on the general prices of music festival that have been held ever before, and we did a calculation of the cost of ourselves. After the calculation and math, we just decided that it's better for us to make 180 for regular seat and 380 for front row seat. We don't want to make the price too high because we want to have as much as audience as possible. We want people to afford it because it's a charity music festival after all. So that's how we come up with this price. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, divas. We are from Group Z, Group number 4. Hi, wonderful presentation. Just have a question. You mentioned that this music festival is the first ever in Macau, never in history before. So we come from Penang, Malaysia, and there is a festival called Georgetown Festival. It's an international annual festival that happens every year, and it brings international artists from all around the world. So that is something that we have been doing for the past 8 years. So it's something that is very common, and a lot of artists from all around the world, they come to that festival. And I see your festival, the date is 28th of August,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so Joshua Festival takes place every year from August to September. So it brings a lot of artists in. So what makes your festival different that will attract these people to go to your music festival instead? Thank you.
Well, thank you. First of all, the reason why we set our music festival on this date, August 23rd, is because that's the exact date of the strike of Hado in Macau this year. And this is a memorable date because there's a lot of casualties, so we want to memorize this date. That's why we made the day of our music festival on August 23rd. And since you mentioned about the, I believe it's the lineup, how to attract those audiences and performance. Well, first of all, my partner has already mentioned that this is the first time ever. This is the first charity music festival in Macau, and it's for good cause. I know we have did a research before we come up with this program that young people love music festival, but people would love it more if they know that their money is going to be, helping other people. So we actually have a promotion plan. We have a promotion plan that will cooperate with the talented agencies. That talented agencies and individuals will send their performance to perform our music festival, because this is a very good opportunity to show that they are very caring and to build their positive image. And for a good cause, we will attract we hope that we will attract a lot of crowd and famous performance. That's what we're planning.
And actually, I think Jade made a pretty good point. And the other thing that I want to say is, as I mentioned before in the presentation, our music festival is actually a brand. So the theme of our music festival is actually varied from different years. Like this year, our theme will probably be like the typhoon. But the next year, we have maybe different themes based on what happened in the earth right now. So I think that's also the reason why we can make our music festival to stay as long as we could imagine. So, and that's also a pretty good point that makes our music festival to last long. So thanks for your question, and that's our answers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Every time I come here, and this is my 8th year, so I'm a bit older now. Every time I come here, I'm always surprised at your English. And this is why my job is so difficult. Because what else can I say besides very good, excellent, enthusiastic? I'm not kidding you. But let me just make a few points. Start with the divas. First of all, I think your enthusiasm is very good. I was sitting here and saying, well, sort of enthusiasm is infectious. In other words, I was infected by your enthusiasm, which I think is very good. Whenever you're doing a presentation, audiences relate to that. Now, your English is obviously excellent. This is what I said earlier. It's very difficult for me to make comments if your English is very good. One point I'd like to make is very good transition between your members. That is really important. That was very, very smooth. And you summed up very well. And you also answered the questions very well. See what I mean? I have nothing negative. Isn't that great? Thank you very much.
And since Peter already talked more about the presentation, I will focus more on the business part. And the question I would like to ask is, why did you choose to alliance with H&M and not a local Macau brand for your concert? And because you presented H&M, which is not really a local company. And my other question is, how will your brand keep Macau's identity? So of course, the first idea of doing it during the anniversary of Typhoon Hado is great. And to sustain that would have been something, would have kept the brand. But in the question asked, you said that you could actually carry it on to do something else somewhere. So that's my question and comment about the presentation. But nonetheless, I think it's an excellent idea. I congratulate you for that. Thank you.
For the first team, one first, one love, right? And I think you did very well. Usually for the first team, people very easy to get nervous. But whether you walk on stage with pleasant smile, so you started very well. And I like your inspiration from the typhoon, so it will be about a charitable activity as well. And also I think you did well in the question and answer section. That's part you cannot rehearsal. So really you have to get a lot of initiatives. So needs flexibility. I think you did well. Hope you good luck.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the team direction. My name is Queenie. Here's my girlmates Veronica, Casey, Luis, and Ethan. Before we start introducing our ideas, let's watch a short video.
12 coins get out of your one-day pass. Don't make stuff stops you. I will take you all the way.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there, and I know.
People of corny pigs will show you a special account.
In the video, the visitors have several travels which want to take a bus and travel around Macau. And here is exactly where we get our inspirations. Today, we are going to introduce you an integrated project of sightseeing bus and matching mobile app, which is named A Glance of Macau. In the following time, we are going to introduce you a background information, the general design of the program, also analysis its competitive advantage and financial analysis, and finally, draw a conclusion. Let's start with the background information. By designing this program, we can promote the non-gaming elements of Macau, encouraging tourists to discover different aspects of this destination other than casinos. Meanwhile, it facilitates the local tourism by development by providing convenience for the self-guided tourists who are not familiar with the local transportation system. Furthermore, it can support the local business development by adding them to the bus route and therefore get more tourists to visit them, including those culture and creative shops, as well as some central old stores. As for the target customers, we mainly focus on the active self-guided tourists and active social platform users. In the high-tech age, the key opinion leaders in the social platform can generate great influence on the city's image. To change the public stereotype of Macau, we need to begin with attracting those key opinion leaders.
Now let's move to the second part, the general design. The first component of our design is a tour bus. Passengers could choose different passes available from 1 day to 7 days on their mobile phone, which means there's no need of cash, no need of coins, not even need of a Macau pass. All you need to do is just scan the QR code and then you get aboard. Additionally, our bus also provides some on-bus tour promotion videos as well as broadcasting some useful information, helping our guests to know more about their destination and enjoy. As for the bus route, we designed a route connecting many local transportation hubs where concentrates many wonderful places for visit. And in the mobile app, our users can easily find some nearby attractions around the bus stops and get a direction also. When it comes to the second component, that is the mobile app, we want to highlight a very interesting function. That is, we actually prepare a check-in list for our guests, suggesting them to go to all of these wonderful places, take some photos, and upload them to their mobile app. You may ask that, what are these photos for? The answer is that our app can automatically use these photos to generate a memorial videos for you. They can be easily edited, and also they can be shared to all the major social media platforms by a simple touch. Nowadays, taking photos and sharing them with our friends has become an indispensable part of our journey. It's just human nature for us to grasp attention from the others. By using our checking list and memorial videos, we are sure that our users can have more fun during their shop visit. And lastly, users can also upload the photos they took to an interactive online map inserted in this app. As incentives, the uploaders who are liked most times by the others will be awarding some special souvenirs. And at the same time, the other users can frequently check this app to see if there are any hidden gems, which means the places you've never visited before. By adding this function, we aim to promote Macau as a more diversified tourist spot and stimulate people's interest to discover more about the charm of the city.
And now let's switch to competitive advantages. Compared with existing competitor, our program has 4 advantages. To start with, one concept that our program wants to highlight is smart tourism, which combines transportation service with mobile app. It matches people's preference of using mobile phone to do business. shopping, ordering food, booking hotel. I believe all of you here are used to dealing with such things with your phone, right? And here, our app enables people to buy bus tickets, investigate tour sites, and share photos on forum. Furthermore, there is no such thing in current markets, which shows the uniqueness of our product, and uniqueness means competitiveness. Next, our program considers the demand of convenience. It's supported by information technology and a proper route. Our program helps tourists to save time and cost. With one ticket, tourists can get on and get off as many times as they like. And with this app, tourists won't face the trouble of finding direction anymore. And with a single route, tourists can discover an incredible Macau. Besides, our bus provides an overall experience to our passengers beyond just a transportation tour. As we mentioned before, there will be videos, broadcast travel information all along the way, and also culture-related decorations displaying the beauty of this city. And this is what other ordinary buses cannot bring to you. Lastly, our program caters to the trend of sharing. Nowadays, sharing becomes an essential part of life for an increasing number of people, especially during the trip. And therefore, our program provides a platform for tourists to record their wonderful moments and share with public, which at the same time can attract more potential tourists.
To check the feasibility, we conduct a financial analysis. In our estimation, we need to buy 4 buses with $1 million each, plus other expenses. The total initial cost will be around $4 million, which is a large number. We cannot afford it unless we found some financial aid. You can see here, the bank loan, the government support, and the US startup funds can give us $4 million to cover our initial cost, so we can start our business. Well, in order to convince our investors, we need to show them our profitability. Our expected return are mainly come from the bus tickets and also the advertisement on the bus and the app. So our expected cost will mainly go to the salary and also tax. Based on our target group, the target passenger will be around 20% of young tourists. Get this, we can calculate the results. The profit will be around $1 million each year. For the other years in the future, our revenue can grow by the increasing rate of young tourists to Macau. Since the long-gaming part of Macau tourism is getting better and better, we believe that we can attract more and more young tourists to Macau, so we can earn a higher and higher return in the future. Well, plus the payback period, we calculated that our payback period is 4 years, which means that if you choose to invest in our program, you can get your return back in 4 years and enjoy your dividend after 4 years.
In conclusion, we designed a comprehensive program consists of the tour bus and the mobile app. We believe that this program could increase the international influence of Macau. And by providing the proper bus routes, we are able to attract more people from all over the world. Besides, this program could also rebalance the economic structure of Macau. You know that up to 90% of Macau's total revenue comes from the gaming industry, which indicates that Macau has a very fragile economic structure. So what we want to do is to make full use of Macau's historical heritage and its natural resources, as well as its unique culture, to make Macau to be the world center of the tourism and leisure. Here comes to the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. And my first question is, WeChat is very popular nowadays among young people, but WeChat also have the function of showing your location, like where you are. But actually, why we will choose your app, but WeChat?
Thanks for your question. Firstly, our app, it's an app specifically for tourism, but WeChat has many functions. Like you can play games, you can have a chat, and it's just like when you choose your destination, like I want to go to Japan, normally you will search some apps in the App Store, is there any apps just for Japan? And our app is just for Macau. If your destination has been chosen to Macau, I want to see more related information related to Macau. That's the reason you choose our app. Because if you go to WeChat, maybe there's too much information for you to filter, and that may not be very useful for you as a tourist. Yeah, do I answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you.
My second question is, you said that the users will like upload their photos to the app, but how are you gonna ensure the intellectual right of the users?
Sorry, can you repeat
The
your question?
portraiture right of the users. The portraiture right.
Actually, that album is for your own use, so we are not using your photos and other usage. But if you choose to upload photos to an interactive map, that is your choice. It's just like you share your photos to microblog, you share your photos to WeChat. So it's at your choice. If you want your photos to be seen by others, you can do that. If you don't want, and it's your freedom to keep it private.
Thanks.
Thanks for your question.
Okay, number 2, direction. Again, good English, a bit of hesitation, which is perfectly acceptable and understandable because you're facing an audience and all these people are looking at you and you're in the spotlight. So it's probably very natural to have a bit of hesitation, and it's perfectly acceptable. Your pronunciation is good. One bit of advice is you might want to slow down, just a bit. You're limited by time, obviously, and you have so many members, but you don't have to speak that quickly. So that's one suggestion. And pretty well, that's it. You see, this is what I mean. My job is really becoming more and more difficult. Thank you.
Second comments for direction. Okay, the same. I think your idea of diversifying Macau's identity beyond gambling is salutary, and that's something that we're all trying to do, okay, as much as we can, right? And that your app serves a clear need, okay, which is good, including the album and people who kind of get lost with the directions of the boss. And I think you have also presented a good detailed budget, okay, which is quite very detailed for your business plan. Of course, a 40-year return of investment sometime, so hopefully you can get a good investor who's willing to wait for a long time. But nonetheless, I think thank you very much for your presentation. And as I said previously, I like your byline, don't let stops stop you. Okay, thank you.
And then second one, direction, you look familiar. I saw you yesterday, and a big improvement from yesterday with much better management of time. But like Peter just said, if you can slow down a little bit, will be perfect. Yeah, won't get you, so the audience won't have feel rush.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are Wonder Makers. We're from Marketing Department of Global Card System. My name is Gerald, manager of the department, and these are my team members.
I'm Beth. I'm Scarlett. I'm Queena.
I am Katrina.
And now,
Keep your eyes open. Every time I come to Macau, I always wonder what to buy, where to go, which to try. With these questions, we work together and the solution is all here. Macau. Nowadays, influenced by the Belt and Road initiatives, more and more people come to Macau for travel. Over 30 million people came to Macau last year, and nearly half of them choose to stay at the hotel for at least one night. However, due to the short stay in Macau, they have little time to know about the culture of Macau. Most of them simply followed others' advice, taking some photos and trying some local snacks. In this sense, we are trying to find a carrier for better promotion of Macau's culture. As we know, international hotels receive lots of people from all over the world every day, and those who choose to stay at the hotel are given a room key. So the room key can be the ideal carrier of Macau's culture. Ben, would you please introduce the design and the technology of this card?
My pleasure. First, the card is room key with delicate design. Different patterns related to Macau's culture, such as scenic spots, churches, are shown on the front side, just like the cards in your hands. Besides, we can also print other patterns like movies, operas, and handicrafts. In this way, users can have more chances to know Macau's culture in a comprehensive way. On the back side, we print the logo of our cooperative hotels and the QR code of our official website. As for technology, a chip is inserted into the card so that every consumption can be recorded. Moreover, the technology of near-field communication, NFC for short, is applied in this card, which means if you put the card close to your phone, our official website will show up automatically. I believe this technology can be a powerful tool to better promote Macau's culture.
Good, but how can we use this magic card?
I'd like to answer this question, Jerry. The card is a platform for tourists to have a better understanding of Macau's culture. First, scan the QR code on the card, and then you can log on to our multilingual official website, where you can get information covering Macau's culture, including historical scenic spot, cuisine, architecture, opera, theater, photography, and so on. In addition, there are also customized routes, popular shops, and restaurants. For example, for food lovers, we offer them snack routes, guiding them to taste Portuguese egg tarts, almond cakes, pork chop bun, and so on. For architecture fans, we recommend them routes of Western churches, Chinese temples, private residences, and so on. Therefore, the card can help to develop a thorough understanding of Macau's culture. Second, tap on the card at the hotel reception, and then you can use it to consume in the hotel shops. And get a discount when paying the bills.
How amazing! Thank you for your introduction, Scarlett. As for budget, Quina, can you introduce the budget of this project?
Sure. The budget consists of two parts. First, the expense to build and maintain the website is estimated to be 100,000 more. Second, the cost of producing the cards. 8 more for each card, and we plan to launch 200,000 cards for a trial for the first quarter. So it's estimated to be 1,600,000 more. Then the total budget comes up to 1,700,000 more. As for our revenue, it comes from 3 main parts: card selling, online advertising, and commission. First, card selling. We plan to cooperate with some hotels, and according to our survey, usually the original price is 30 more for one card, but since the project is a new try, so we will lower the price to 15 more in order to make the card more attractive. So it's going to be 3 million more for card selling. Second, online advertising.
Any merchants who want to be exposed on our website have to pay the fee for entering our platform. That is 3,000 won for a quarter. And those who want to have advertisements need to pay the extra fee. That is 50,000 won for a quarter. We aim to cooperate with 100 merchants in 3 5-star hotels at the beginning. So we estimate the revenue from our website is 1,550,000 won. Third, revenue from the cooperation with businesses. We'll charge 0.3% for each consumption when people use my card to pay. So it adds up to 324,000 won. So revenue per quarter amounts to 4,874,000 won. And the final profit is 3,174,000 won. And if we got positive feedback from the trial, we will expand our project outside the hotel.
Sounds great, isn't it?
Exactly. And now we plan to cooperate with the local transportation system, convenience store, and chain restaurants, hoping to bring more benefits for our card users in every way. In the near future, when taking the bus, taxi, or ferry, they can pay with my card, which just like Yang Shengtong in Guangzhou and Octopus in Hong Kong, bringing discounts for them. When doing shopping, in 7-Eleven, Mannings, Watsons, etc., they can also pay with my card, which brings a fast and efficient experience for them. We are quite sure Macau will become the best choice, not only for the tourists, but also for the locals. As is known to all, Macau is playing an increasingly important role in the progress of implementing the Belt and Road Initiative. The government is committed to building Macau a world tourism leisure center. So we believe there will be a brilliant prospect in the development of Macau's hotel industry. Thus, Macau's users will definitely increase. As an ideal carrier for Macau's culture, Macau provides a more direct and immersive way for people to get to know a real Macau. Besides, more Macau users are bound to contribute to Macau's economic development.
In this way, we believe that our project, Macard, can bring great benefits to Macau. And at last, we would like to express our best wishes to Macau. Boa Vida Macau!
Gambale Macau! Ale Macau!
Fighting Macau!
加油澳門!
加油澳門!
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for your presentation. Now let's go question from Ola.
Testing. So thank you for your very nice presentation. So I have a question. I have 2 questions for you guys. The first one is that why you choose the card format of your project? Because I think an app is much more convenient in nowadays technology world, and also a card is not easy to carry because we may forgot to carry during the whole trip. So if I lost the card, so how can I do that? So can you explain what is the justifications of using the card lot instead of an app? So this is the first question.
Okay, thank you for the question first. And we need to express that this card is a room card. It's a room key for every tourist. And it's a multifunctional card. And it's got plenty of the functions. Then paying the bill is just one of it. And this is quite a promising card because not only in the future it maybe can take the bus or other public transportation and paying some bill in the convenience shop. And why we not using an app? Because some tourists, when they landing in Macau, they can't use the local carrier. because they can't got the network in Macau. So this card can help them to fix that problem, and they can use NFC, this function, to strictly get to the website. No need the network.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So the second question is that actually I think Macau is not only about the big company, because I noticed that your PowerPoint mentioned that you cooperated with the 7-Eleven series store like that. Those are very big company. Actually, Real Macau is about some very small young entrepreneurs and also different kind of old store. They are quite small, but how can you get the cooperation with them in your project?
Thank you for the question. So, can I ask what you mentioned then? Who's them? The traditional restaurant, like the tea restaurant, main gate or side gate, like this type of restaurant. They are quite small. So how can you promote? How can you get the cooperation chance for them?
At the very beginning, this card is only used in the hotels. So, which means that the merchants we cooperate with is in the hotels, is like some high-level stores. Yes.
So your tag is only for high-level stores?
Not exactly. Our cards in very first place, it was used in the hotels, the merchants in hotels. And in the future, we will try to negotiate with other merchants outside the hotels and try to negotiate with some convenience stores and some clothes stores or restaurants and anything else. And we will negotiate with them and make a good cooperation with them. And in the future, this card can be used not only tourists and but also locals. So I believe in the near future, this card can be a very good choice to use, not only for tourists and the locals. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, thank you.
And of course, number 3, wonder makers. A very good team spirit. I really like that. And the transition between members is excellent. Good word choice, pronunciation is very good. And again, I have problems here, because how many positive adjectives can I come up with? So you did very well, thank you very much.
And the third one for today, wonder makers. Thank you also for your very high-tech presentation. I like that a lot. And you have a brand there, Macard, right? Macard. Comprehensive smart card for smart tourists. And of course, the thought that came to my mind after the question from the student was the issue of security of the card. Because you said you can use it to enter your hotel room, and if it gets lost, security is also something to keep in mind. But nonetheless, I can see there's potential. Your business looks profitable, as you have presented, if you get all the assumptions and data right. At the same time, you have a clear Macau identity in your presentation, which is good and important. However, I'm still trying to think about how you have linked in the beginning of your presentation and at the end the Belt and Road Initiative to this. But perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's not needed, maybe the Greater Macau Bay Area might be more. But anyway, that's just my comments. Nonetheless, thank you for your presentation as well. Thank you.
And wonder makers, yeah, like Professor said, you get your brand and card. I'm from Hong Kong. I've used the Octopus card a lot, almost every day. So it's a very good idea. But at the moment, it seems it's still not something like an Octopus. It's like a hotel card, is it? But eventually, you will make it like an Octopus in Macau. Yeah, that's a good way. Also, I like the chemistry between the team members, and then good introduction, and then the good finish as well.
very good afternoon to panel of judges, honored guests, organizing committee, and ladies and gentlemen. We are Z's from Penang, Malaysia. Before I go any further, let me introduce my group members. To my left, Chang Sung Hee. To his left, Tan Jia Ying. And to her left, Kong Yok Sin. I am Eric Sean Seaton. So today, we're going to present to you the idea that would encourage or promote Macau in a very unique way. So, we would like to create an idea or a video that will promote Macau in a creative manner. So when we speak about creativity, we speak about using social media, because our target audience is from the age of 20 to 40 who like traveling and enjoy doing it as a hobby. So according to Porter's generic strategies, Michael Porter, we will apply cost leadership, differentiation, and also focus, which will be explained later in the presentation. So we would like to provide a competitive advantage for the people to get to know Macau and come and experience Macau in a different way. So our idea is to promote Macau as a place of Boa Vida by using short videos to show that how Macau is unique compared to other countries in the world. So our business marketing strategy would be product, which is Boa Vida Macau, good life. Promotion, we will use social media advertising. Price will be cost effective, we'll explain more of that later. And also places, we'll be using social media. Our video concept is inspired by Nas Daily. Nas Daily produces 1-minute videos daily, and he has garnered millions of views. His first ever video that went viral on Facebook without even using YouTube has garnered 54 million views. He provides fun, quick and accurate info within 1 minute, and this is something that would capture attention and spread information very quickly just by the click of the share button on Facebook or any other social media.
So, next we would like to talk about how we are going to promote Macau Eve concept. First of all, we will produce a 2 to 3 minute short videos and release it seasonally, and also share it through social media. So why we focus in social media? According to Statista, 71% of social media users globally in 2017, and this figure is expected to grow. Nevertheless, social media is an effective method to spread and share info quickly and easily, and also cost effective.
Okay, as we mentioned earlier, we will shoot 4 videos annually and they will be released seasonally. So the contents for our videos are: the first one, Historia, which is history. The second one is Leste Oeste, which means East and West. The third one is Comida, which is food. And the final one is about festivals, which is called Festival. And our videos will be named in Portuguese to celebrate the diversity in Macau. Okay, for our first video, Historia, we will look into the origins of Macau and how the Portuguese colonization in 1557 impacted the culture and architecture of present Macau. And we'll also focus on how the name Macau came about and how the Portuguese adapted the name Macau from the term Machu to commemorate the sacred sea goddess. Macau also served as an intermediary in the trade between Asia and the rest of the world. And last but not least, we will also focus on the introduction of Catholicism in Macau.
So next is Leste e Oeste, which means East and West. Macau is a unique country that combines East and West influences, Portuguese and also the local Chinese. It used to be a Portuguese colony, so only in Macau you can find ancient Chinese temples on Portuguese tiles. Only in Macau. There's no other country in the world that has this unique, and also the special places in the world. So when you're walking around the streets of Macau, you can hear Cantonese or Mandarin being spoken. Then when you walk on the street, you see the street sign is in Portuguese. So think to yourself, are you in the East or in the West? This is the diverse, the interesting thing about Macau that we would like to highlight in one of our videos.
So the next video will be comida. It's in Portuguese, which means food. So we will dive deep into the multicultural world of Macanese cuisine. In the first year, we will focus on only 3 types of food that we think they are very recognized in the international tourists. And these 3 foods that we will highlight in the video are Portuguese egg tart, pork chop bun, and the traditional almond cookies. Portuguese egg tart is the most brilliant food in Macau. It is made out of the flaky pastry shell with the sweet and rich egg custard the Portuguese egg tart is the most brilliant food. It is made out of the flaky pastry shell with a rich and sweet egg custard filling with a consistency similarly to the creme brulee. And a caramelized top is playing important roles in the taste, and it's nice. You can find it everywhere in Macau easily. The next one is the pork chop bun. A bone-in, tender, seasonless pork chop rests on the piggy bun, which has a crunchy exterior, soft center, and good chew. It's simple but satisfying. The third one is the almond cookies. It is nice and is the best choice of souvenir for the tourists. If whoever have to be to Macau, they'll never forget the roasty, nutty aromas and the nice flavor of these cookies. Thank you.
Fourth video, festival. So in festival, the first festival that we are going to cover is Macau International Dragon Boat Races. So this festival actually is to commemorate the ancient patriotic Chinese poet Qu Yuan, who protested corruption by drowning himself. Based on the Chinese lunar calendar, this festival falls on the 5th of the 5th month in Macau. They will organize this festival at Nam Vin Lake Nautical Center. Second festival, International Macau Fireworks Display Contest. This contest will be organized at Macau Tower Shorefronts and organized in September and October annually. Nevertheless, this contest has actually attracted many different international teams to join this contest, such as Thailand, Japan, and also Australia. Third festival, International Film Festival and Awards in Macau. The artistic director Mike Range believes that this festival can have a very good contribution to film industry in Macau. As what he has mentioned, the film industry in Macau is still developing. As the picture shown, Mira Yong, Jeremy Renner, Donnie Yen, and also Do Kong Shu also are the ambassador of this festival.
The next one is the budget of our productions. We would like to ask the Macau Tourism to fund us 10,000 Macanese Bataka, which is MOP, and each video will only cost us 2,000 MOP. And each week, yearly, and another 2,000 we will use for miscellaneous. So it is cost effective because we only use 10,000 MOP in the 1 year.
As we come to the conclusion, we see or we expect an 8% increase in tourists visiting Macau towards the end of 2019. This will be contributed by the videos, the 4 videos that we release seasonally, which are cost effective, using Facebook or any other social media that does not cost a lot of money, to be presented to the public. As we complete our presentation, we'd like to leave you with a video of the concept that we are heading for. This is an example of the video that went viral with 54 million views.
I am cheap. That's why I like Thailand. It's very cheap. I'm staying at this resort. For $30 a night. Food is also cheap. This meal for $6, that meal for $4. This noodle cup for $1, but that's just not cheap enough for me. So today's mission is to go with my local Thai friend Smokey and my actual cousin Babbitt to go find the cheapest noodle in all of Bangkok. This noodle cup 12 baht, which is $0.35, 35 cents for one meal. That noodle cup is so cheap, you can buy 60 of it without breaking the bank, because it makes the perfect New Year's gift. Okay, so picking my... Thank you. See you tomorrow.
That is the concept that we want to produce in Macau. With all that, thank you so much. Obrigado.
Thank you for your presentation. Now let's hear a question from the divas.
Thank you for your excellent performance. So we have two questions. The first one is that you mentioned that you wanted to make these short videos to promote Macau, right? This is something that the Macau government has been doing all the time. They shoot these videos about the historical relics, the food, all the things that can attract tourists to come to Macau. And they put it on social media as well. So basically they're doing the exact same thing as you do. So what makes you think that you're competitive and you can actually win the Macau government and attract more people than Macau government? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. What's different is that has Macau government been doing those videos in 1, 2, or 3 minutes? That is the difference of our idea. We are inspired by Nas Daily, which will produce those videos in under 1 minute. Everything packed and compact in under 1 minute. The interesting facts, and it's all edited fast cut. So you release it we release these videos one every season. So what makes us different is that we have seen Macau, we did our research and we have seen videos by Macau government, and it's more on the corporate side. We want to make it more casual to attract attention, so people will see that, hey, Macau has this, Macau people are so friendly. You can tell everything about Macau, the interesting thing, the 4 things in under 2 minutes. So that is the difference.
Okay, thank you. So here's the second question. So while I'm listening to your presentation, I just want to know, who are you? What is your identity? Are you just simply an account on a video account on a social media, or what? If you're just continue posting these tourist, short videos, what is the sustainability of yourself? Are you going to develop it into a brand? Like, is there going to be future expansion or something? Or you're just simply just an account that is posting videos on the social media all year long?
Thank you for the second question. So we are marketers. In other words, marketers, we want to collaborate with Nas Daily and bring him over here because he has never done a video in Macau like this before. So we pay for his accommodation, his flights. He comes here, he films a video. That is his hobby. He likes to make videos like this. So he already has a Facebook page. He already has followers, 4.5 followers. He has views, millions of views. So we will use his brand, which is Nas Daily, a Facebook page, and he uses other social media, and we use his platform to further promote Macau. So we are like the real person for the Macau government and Nas Daily.
Okay, thank you.
I keep repeating myself, like an old parrot. I keep saying things like, "Oh, very good, your English is excellent, it's confident, But let me start with these. Really very good English. Did you go to university? Which university did you go to in Malaysia?
We are from Hangzhou University College of Communications. And I am from Open University Malaysia.
Oh, excellent, yeah. Because I've been to Malaysia, and very interesting place, especially Malaccas. Yeah. So, very briefly, excellent eye contact, audience participation. I mean, you looked at the audience, that's really good. You seemed very confident, and I think it's important to be confident when you're giving a presentation. And pretty well all of you did very well. The pronunciation, I didn't really hear too much of a Malaysian accent, which is really good. So I mean, I think you're adopting a Macau accent, which is a good beginning. So well done. Thank you very much.
And first question, in your presentation you mentioned you're going to apply Porter's 3 generic strategies, but I didn't see that. Unfortunately, I was trying to find that in your presentation. It's good whenever you use a framework or that you're going to use, it's good to identify how it's going to be used. Of course, NAS Daily is very popular, and we know that. And although it was mentioned in your presentation that you're going to produce something like NAS Daily, you proposed a 2 to 3 minute video instead of a 1 minute video. And it was not clear to me that you were actually going to invite NAS until after the student asked the question. So I thought you were going to crowdsource among people in Macau or Malaysians who come to Macau to produce this 1 minute video. But nonetheless, it's an excellent idea, brilliant idea. So who was your key opinion leader for promoting Macau to Malaysians, for example? It could have been also very focused target plan, business plan. But nonetheless, thank you for your presentation.
It is very nice to see a team from Malaysia, and I like the way you present to make the presentation, and then it sort of use available resources in Macau and use social media to promote the city. But just a suggestion, since you are from Malaysia, probably you can target target more to the market in Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. This is just a suggestion. Good presentation. It's nice.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is our honor to stand in the stage to give our presentation for you. Firstly, let me introduce my team member. My name is Kim, and this is Felix, and Yusa, and Daniel. Now let me briefly introduce our business concept. Our presentation is divided into 4 parts. The first part is the executive summary. The second part is map of food. The third part is food assistant. The last part is food delivery service. Now let me briefly introduce the executive summary. In modern society, mobile phone has become an indispensable part of our life, and apps is the essential part in the mobile phone. Our team is developed application guidance function in this app to help people find the famous restaurant. As we all know, Macau is a famous food paradise. Visitors from all over the world are attracted by the food. But we found that Macau, some famous restaurants are located in a small alley, and the way of Macau is very complicated. So we provide this guidance function in this app. What's more, in this app, we use AR technology in this app to attract the customer. But if they really don't know the way, it doesn't matter, because we provide another function in this app. It is food delivery. In this function, we will organize a special motorcycle team to take the delivery. This is overview of our business concept. My business company's mission is to provide the most delicious and fresh food to our customer in Macau. And the objective is become the most useful and popular application in Macau and the largest online platform in Macau. The core value is effectiveness and efficiency. For the cost budget, my team estimate about the cost budget totally is about $5,000. It includes the development, maintenance of app, and the delivery costs, advertisement and promotion. Last, we estimate the investor will get back the cost in 2 to 3 years. In the first 6 months, my team made an assumption that we have no charge in the restaurant, but later we will get charged in the delivery. Please welcome Felix.
Thank you. Map is one of our main mission of our app, and we will travel to a strange place, especially in Macau, which has a complex island, and the most important thing you rely on is the map on your smartphone. And Macau is a very beautiful island. It's very good for the picture, but it's very easy to get lost. And maybe you can hire a local guide to solve the problem, but the cost is very high. So if we put a virtual guide in your smartphone, it can save a lot of expense. And in Google Map, and maybe you will face this situation that the map says you have arrived the destination, but you don't know exactly where it is. So if you use our app, our virtual guide will show you the way how exactly to there, and our virtual guide just can hold your hand. So thank you. Let's welcome you.
As is well known, Macau is a city in which cultural integration is important. Once for Portuguese ruler place has left marks, and as one of several major cuisines of the dishes like Portuguese chicken and Portuguese custard tart must have a try, and tea cake is also a symbol of Macau. You can eat butter toast, pork chop, etc. And if you can stretch your package, some French 5-star restaurant in Galaxy and the City of Dreams are the good choices for you. And the food map in our app is a function that can help people who want to dine in the restaurants, and the search result will automatically appear when you type the name you want to go in the search box, and our positioning system will guide you to the exact location. And in some special festivals like Valentine's Day, Christmas, you can make a reservation to our corporate restaurant. The restaurant will be informed and will reserve the seat for you in the set time. And next will come Daniel.
Thanks, my part is food delivery service. And as you can see, another function of our app is called food delivery service, which is we could deliver the food or the drinks or anything you order to your house after you place an order. And I know you guys are very familiar with this picture because I just copied from another app just to show an example to all of you. And you can easily find out the distance of each restaurant around you and the delivery charge. And when you click every different restaurant, you can also find a telephone number. And our app will also automatically recommend some restaurants or set meals for customers based on their click rate on our app. And what exactly is the click rate? It's like another way around. It's called order preference. It's what you're most likely to order in our app. And our app will also provide some, if you order more and more, we will provide credits. And you can use these credits to exchange for coupons, for example, coupons or red packets. And you could also share this package to your friends for them to use. And for the payment of our application, Because considering more and more customers from mainland China come to Macau to visit, and we are bringing WeChat Pay and Alipay. These two are very popular in mainland China. So maybe the travelers are very used to this way of pay. And the two, Visa Card Pay and Union Pay, are more like for the local people to use. And thanks, this is our presentation.
Question that I think this project is targeted at local Macau people. It's not a tourism, and I think for the local Macau people, we already have some app like Our.me and other delivery app, and I think that this project is not like target at clear customers.
And thank you for your question. Our application is aimed for not just the local people, but more for the travelers who comes to Macau, because we are bringing the AR technology. But because if you're a team who comes to Macau to visit, you're just alone or with a family, you don't know where to go and you don't know the way, because there are many of streets or like crossing Macau. So maybe you can use this technology and you can also order food in our application. Thanks.
Thanks for our presentation. We really appreciate that you bring out the idea of AR technology. But as we know, it's a new technology, and we believe that it must cost a lot. So could you please provide some detailed information about how you are going to arrange your budgets to each aspect? And with that budget, how can you make your AR technology that mature, like better than direction app like Google Map, that you can provide virtual aid to the whole Macau? Could you check your feasibility? Yeah, thank you.
For this new technology, I can't give you the detailed figures now, but we will invite some professionals to carry out the subsequent statistics and evaluations. And if we've done this job, we will announce it in our official website and in some ways. Thank you. This is our answer.
Food line. Again, very good English. One thing I noticed is that there was a bit of hesitation. I'm not sure exactly why that was. Was it because you lost your train of thought, or was it because you were a little bit too nervous? I'm not sure exactly why, but that's not a problem. I mean, that's something that you can work on, and in the future, you could sort of not hesitate as much. A little something about enthusiasm. I'm sure you've had many, many boring professors in your life, correct? You know, professors who come up and they sit down for 2 hours at the podium and they read the PowerPoint word for word, right? You know, those types of people. You're not like that, of course. But I think enthusiasm is something that you can't really learn, but people can show you what makes an enthusiastic speaker. So that's something that you might want to improve. And your gestures were okay. I mean, you have to use your hands, you have to use your eye contact, your smile, if possible. So, well done. Thank you very much.
For Food Line, first question I would like from the business point is, who is your target market? And I think the student who asked the question kind of, answered my question to ask this question. Because I was not too clear whether your focus were tourists or locals. Based on what I've seen, you're more focused to the local group, although it could be applied for tourists. And as well as your budget would have been good if you had included the number of motorcycles, since you're a delivery business, right? Having said that, I was a bit also confused whether you're a delivery or a reservation app. So it appeared to me in the end that it is both, right? And but then if it's a delivery, is it for tourists? If it's a tourist, are you going to ask a delivery to deliver the food where? These are some things that you may have to look into from a business management or marketing point of view. But nonetheless, I think it's a good effort to work on this business idea. Thank you.
Good line, and nice to see you back. And also, I like your video, and I like your the presentation PowerPoints. It's very nice. But I think the first and second speaker a bit nervous at the beginning. I don't understand. It's a big day to be in the final, but it's important to be confident. Because when you make a presentation, especially going forward to investors, you have to show your confidence and then to convince them this is a good project to make investment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Macau Espiritu. She is Erin Yu. She is Candice Chen. Let's experience Macau in a brand new way.
First of all, why Macau Espiritu? Actually, there are two levels of meaning. The first one, it literally means the persevere and caring spirit of Macau. Also, it symbolizes the smartness and flexibility of unimaginable and multiplex developments of Macau. And another noticing point is our logo. With the Portuguese pattern, it represents the Portuguese culture in Macau, and surrounded by our project name Macau Espiritu. In the middle is our theme, is truck. So we will go through our vision and the whole picture of our project, and my partner Erin will go through the operational model, budget plan, brief summary, and conclusion. So, what is our notion idea? Here we considered truck selling as a unique Macau on four wheels. It's a brand new platform to display Macau's local food and handicrafts. And also, it's a regular platform for Macau young entrepreneurs to start up their business. And it will be a must-go attraction both for locals and travelers. And thus, it will form a strong incentive to motivate culture and creative industry and enhance industrial diversification. So why truck? There are three features below. The first one is mobility. It widely spreads out the local products to all over the world and accelerates the promotion of the image of Macau. And the second one is flexibility. Types of products are available to sell depends on different sizes of trucks and thus to stimulate micro industry. And the third one, also the last one, is waste reduction. It reduces waste instead of constantly used to the new building materials and to achieve the purpose of environmental friendly. So you may wonder that is it really workable to put products on four wheels? So let's go deep into the details. And here there are four types of trucks
And the first one, also the biggest one, is Old Taste Truck, which has a capacity of 3.5 ton, and it mainly sells Macau local traditional food. And the second or the third one are Pampa fans, just like this one. It mainly sells book, magazines, postcards, stationeries in a book trip fan. And the third one is all about art fan. It mainly sells handmade handicrafts or other artworks like street sketch or body painting. And the last one, also the smallest one, is Macau Sweet Tea Bike. It mainly sells Macau special dessert or drinks. So, here will be the details of how we work it out. There are 3 forms of our operation in our planning. So the first one is regular parking point. In this form, we have drawn a tentative 1-year schedule to explain. And for example, this one, it will stay at Topset Square from January to March. And then it will switch to Saiwan Lake Plaza. And after 3 months, as an interval. So, and then also we will hold 3 carnivals in 1 year. And it's also what we will talk about now. The second form, Macau Espiritu Truck Carnival. And it's actually it's exactly the marvelous event with good food, buskers, and street performance, just like the video we have shown that. And we have handmade the model that there are some street performers, clowns, buskers, and cameramen. They are ready for you to create sweet memories. And the third form, as an extension, is to cooperate with existing Macau mega events like Grand Prix and Macau International Parade. So after that, here comes a list of potential companies. The first series is Macau's Old Taste. They represent the old-time valuable memories. And the second one, Macau's Creative Arts Series. They represent the new force of Macau. So we firmly believe that Macau is not only about gambling, fancy hotel, or huge-scale enterprises. And our young entrepreneurs just need an opportunity to start up their business. So Macau Espiritu is exactly the stage for them. So we will continue the presentation by our partner, Aaron.
Thank you, Candice. So I would like to introduce you guys the whole process of our project. So the process will divide it into 3 stages. The first stage is the preliminary stage. So on this stage, we mainly focus on the application work and also the searching information work. We are going to apply for the Macau's government fund and its license and allowance for this project. And also, we are going to search for suitable idle trucks to reform and search the successful truck business of other countries as our reference. The second stage is the preparation stage. So on this stage, we are going to purchase the idle truck and needed materials. Also, we are going to launch the promotion work to gain the public attention. So on the third stage, we are going to have the official application period for inviting the business to join our project. The fourth one is the selection work. So our selection will be formed by the judge group, which mainly comes from the specialists of the cultural field and also from the special business field. And one noticing point is that our micro entrepreneurs will have the highest priority because we want to motivate the young entrepreneurs to achieve their dream. So the last stage is the execution stage. So on this stage, we will arrange the 4 companies just to the corresponding selling avenue that Candice has just mentioned. Then we will assist this 4 companies to start up and then boosting the promotion work further on the online social platform, then begin to run the truck business. Finally, we will keep monitoring the earnings and improve their business mode. So, talking about the business plan, financial matter is really important. So here I would like to offer you guys the 1-year budget plan of our project. So on the left-hand side, here comes the approximate cost. So there are several items of our approximate cost. Basically, focus on purchasing the idle truck, second-hand fans, and also for the promotion or other needed materials. So on the right-hand side comes from our mainly focus on our income. So our income mainly comes from the application fee, the rent, and also the financial resource from the Macau Tourism Office. So after our calculation, we predict that our profit gain will be 215,000 per year. Then, in brief summary, we have the SWOT analysis. So I would like to focus on the strength. So the relative low rent, which is 5,000 per year, can lighten the entrepreneur's burden because nowadays the rent of Macau is very high. So also we have a lot of opportunities to get some cooperation chance with different fields and match Macau's developed direction, which is the diverse industry. However, we also have some weaknesses. For example, I would like to talk about the blocking traffic. We can regulate the check. Can manually stay at the arranged parking point and not allow moving and staying at the traffic central road. So in brief summary, we believe that when Macau meets trucks, we have an amazing event. So from now on, 4-wheel is not only a car, but represents the spirit of Macau and the uniqueness of Macau. Thank you.
And I have noticed that in your PowerPoint, you say your weaknesses is the existing market. And you also written in your PowerPoint that you will change the threats into chances, but how?
Sorry, thank you for your question.
I want a detailed solution.
Oh, sure. I will offer you the detailed solution. So first of all, I would like to cooperate with different fields of companies, such as the food company or the small companies that we have just mentioned. So here we can also cooperate with the existing market, such as nowadays Macau has hold a lot of markets such as Aihui of Macau. So we can get or cooperate with that. We can also gather the 4 trucks in the Aihui that are held in Tapsec Square. So we can cooperate with a lot of existing events that Candice has just mentioned. This is the third form of our project. So any other question? You mean know our project, right? Yeah, thank you for your question. So nowadays, we want to start our promotion work through the social media. Because social media, as other groups have just mentioned, is very effective and popular nowadays. So we are going to launch our promotion work on Facebook, Instagram, or even WeChat. So before except the online platform, we also have some offline platforms, such as we are going to have some cooperation promotion work with Macau's government. We can also release some news report or other kind of promotion work on the TV or other platforms. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And Ola, yes, the two of you work very well together. I think that's what it means to be a partner or partners. I have one suggestion about PowerPoints. You know, I'm sitting in front and I don't need glasses yet. And you put a whole bunch of words on the PowerPoint. And I'm just wondering if people in the back of the room here, if they were able to read the PowerPoint. Generally, the rule is 6 by 6. So 6 words by 6 lines. And the reason for a PowerPoint is exactly to point out ideas. And I know you had a lot of information to give, so which is important. So I'm not sure how you can balance giving lots of information and at the same time trying to limit the words on a PowerPoint. But otherwise, very well done. 2 minor things. The word Prix, P-R-I-X. How do you pronounce P-R-I-X? Yeah, be careful when you when you use English for a French word, because it's actually not Prix, it's Prix, Grand Prix. It's French, right? So Prix, P-R-E-E, for example. And the other word that you kind of swallowed is entrepreneur. That's another French word. I think he went to and all of a sudden, I wasn't sure. I read the word on the PowerPoint, so I could understand what you were trying to say. I'm sure you can find somebody in Macau who speaks French, and just approach them and say, "Hi, my name is, and could you help me with my French?" And basically, very well done. Thank you very much.
Full line. And the third group, the 6, hola. So hola, I think based on your presentation and your video, well, that was a new video. I didn't see that yesterday, so it was quite fast to produce this video. I think your idea of encouraging entrepreneurship among the locals is a good thing, because Macau needs young entrepreneurs to help diversify the economic structure. And I think your presentation, your business plan is clear about that. And it is indeed a brand new way to promote, because you're proposing, the use of vans and trucks, which I think is something that makes a creative offering of this various local produced products in Macau. And so overall, I think you also use the SWOT analysis quite well. It's always good to present the weaknesses as well. It's not everything is a rosy picture. Normally, if somebody wants to assess a business, they will always ask, what's the weak part? So we can address that. Thank you very much.
Although, nice to see your tracks again on the road. And then today, yesterday I made some comments about what interaction between the teams. Today, I think you made a good improvement and a very good team spirit and a good chemistry between the team members. And also, I like the starting video. It's a very nice one. But in order to finish the presentation, you hurried up a little bit. So needs a little bit better control of the time. Yeah, generally it's good. All of you is good. I'm impressed.
The most popular speakers is Huang Xiaolei. Huang Xiaolei, please come to the stage. Congratulations.
Thank you. Please stand on stage for us to take a photo.
The prize of visual creativity belongs to direction. Congratulations. The prize of business plan. The prize of business plan goes to Hola! Congratulations, Hola. And the grand prize for the 8th APCA Business Presentation Contest goes to the Divas. Congratulations.
Thank you.